Hey everybody, in this video we're going to be taking a look at the Shadow Sunflower Blossom. This is a new Remembrance reward weapon that you can get in Shadow of the Erdtree. I've got it equipped here, so as you can see it's definitely one of the more unique looking weapons that you can get in Elden Ring. I have this one upgraded to plus 10, which is max level for this weapon, so we'll take a look at the stats for that, as well as go over the moveset of the weapon and the skill that it comes with called Shadow Sunflower Headbutt. I'll also talk about some examples for like builds and item enhancements that you can use with talismans and things like that, as well as show some gameplay, both PvP and PvE, so you can see what it looks like in action. But first, before we go through all that, just quickly covering how you can get this weapon if you don't have it yet. I'll kind of do a quick and dirty version of this. If you need more resources, you might have to look for that online, but this should get you in the right direction. So it is in the Shadow Keep, but we need to go in through the east entrance. So if you're not familiar how to get here, you can take the Morth Ruins. There's a little cave that drops down into here. Make your way through here, and then this is where we're at currently at the entrance. So make your way into the Shadow Keep from here. After you make your way through the tunnel, you'll come into this area, and if you haven't been here yet, all of this will be flooded. And there's a lever on the opposite side of this area that we need to get to drain the water, which will allow access to this bottom floor. So you can jump across on the roof, so you just kind of need to make your way over to the other side. You'll eventually run into this ladder here. At the top, there will be the lever that we talked about. Once you activate that, there's a little cutscene where all the water drains and whatnot, and then you'll have access to this lower level. So once that is done, you can drop back down, and there is a little platform here that you can drop down, and then you can drop down here, and you have access to where we need to go next. From here, if on this side here, there's an entrance into this chapel or building, and once inside here, there is a right turn that will lead to the boss area. It's a little bit of a ways, but basically just continue to make your way in this direction. So here is where the boss fight takes place, and this is where we're at the beginning of this video. So at this point, it's all up to you. Defeat the boss in this area, and then you'll get the remembrance, like I said. Go to the finger eater, turn that in, and you can choose this weapon as the reward. Now taking a look at the stats and info for the weapon, I've got the base version on the left compared to the plus 10 version on the right. So this is in the colossal weapon category and comes with both physical and holy damage. As you can see, once it's fully upgraded, you get a C strength scale, an E dexterity scale, and a B faith scale. And it also requires 24 strength, 8 dexterity, and 25 faith to use. So with this in mind, my character is pretty heavy in both faith and strength. And I really basically just ignored dexterity scaling when I was respecking my character, since I was seeing more benefit to damage by just further increasing faith and strength instead. So ultimately, with 70 faith and 60 strength, that's giving me an additional 213 physical damage and 228 holy damage. Moving over to the skill that it comes with, called Shadow Sunflower Headbutt. So you can see the description for that here. You slam down the blossom of a large shadow sunflower, sending out a shockwave that flattens foes. Then you can also do repeated inputs that allow for up to 2 follow-up attacks. So this takes 16 FP for the first initial attack, and then 8 FP for the 2 additional follow-ups if you want to do that. So for the full sequence, that would be 32 FP total. Now looking at the moveset for the weapon, so I'll go through all the attacks in both single-handed and two-handed mode, as well as provide some damage examples so you have context for the output of each one of those. So first off, I'll say that this isn't the most diverse moveset in the entire world, but starting off in single-handed mode, we'll do the regular attack combo, which is basically the same attack 3 times in a row. And then we've got the heavy attack combo, which again is kind of the same attack twice in a row. And then we've got the charged heavy attack, the charged heavy attack with a follow-up combo. And then we'll do the rolling regular attack, the rolling heavy attack, backstep regular attack, backstep heavy attack, the sprinting regular attack, sprinting heavy attack, the jump regular attack, and the jump heavy attack. Switching over to two-handed mode, go through the same sequence. So we've got the regular attack combo, the heavy attack combo, the charged heavy attack, charged heavy attack combo, the rolling regular attack, rolling heavy attack, backstep regular attack, backstep heavy attack, and then let's turn around here and do the sprinting regular, sprinting heavy, and then the jump regular, and the jump heavy. And then for the skill called Shadow Sunflower Headbutt, so the first input looks like this, and that costs 16 FP. However, as you saw, you can do 2 additional follow-ups. Those cost 8 additional FP, so 32 FP total, and that looks like this. So first input, second input, and then the final third input. For the build on this weapon, this is what I decided to go with. So we'll go through all of the items that I'm using to enhance its damage quite a bit. Starting off, I did throw on Gravebird's Black Quill Armor. As you can see from the description, it enhances jump attacks. So with big, slow, colossal weapons, I just typically tend to utilize jump attacks a lot, so getting a bonus on that damage. For the talismans, I'm using the Sacred Scorpion Charm talisman to boost the holy attack damage aspect of the weapon. Similarly, the two-handed sword talisman to get damage bonus using it in two-handed mode. And then I'm also using the Age One's Exaltation talisman to further enhance the damage when Madness is in the vicinity. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. And then finally, wrapping things up, the Shard of Alexander for an attack damage bonus on the skill. So going back to the Aged One's Exaltation Talisman, as noted, it only works when Madness is in the area, which doesn't happen very often. However, we can use the Howl of Shabriri incantation to activate Madness whenever we want it, essentially. So if we take a look at our status, we are at 21 attack power in the top right there. And then if we do Howl of Shabriri, and then go back into two-handed mode, we can see the impact of that has increased our attack power to 2651. And that's going to last about 30 seconds. And then if you want to throw in just another damage bonus, you could do Golden Vow as well. And that is going to, let's go back to two-handed mode. And that gets us up to 3049. And then throwing in a quick edit here. One thing I kind of forgot about, which I could have incorporated into the build as well, was utilizing the Holy Shrouding Cracked tier, so this will boost that holy attack power even further. I didn't include this in my build, but if you wanted to add that, this would just even enhance the damage even further. So now looking at some actual damage impact numbers with this build. So I have everything removed, so kind of going back to base damage values. If we do a regular two-handed attack combo, that's 4305. And then with the build, so we'll activate Howl of Shabriri to get that bonus. And then we'll also do Golden Vow. And then go back into two-handed mode. So that increases to 7,596. And then looking at jump attack damage, so with no enhancements doing a jumping heavy attack, that's 1681. And then with everything active again, that increases to 3,264. Finally, taking a look at the skill damage with no enhancements. So in total, the full 3 input sequences is going to do 7,133. And then with everything active, that increases to 12,615 as shown. Alright, so that is the build. Now I'll show some gameplay of me using it, both PvP and PvE, so you can see what this weapon looks like in action. So that was a look at the new Shadow Sunflower Blossom, one of the new colossal weapons that you can get in Shadow of the Erdtree, upgraded to +10, which is max level for this weapon. Overall, I'm not really a big fan of this weapon. I didn't personally enjoy using it very much. It's certainly unique looking and it's fun in that regard to use it, but in terms of actual like utility, just not a big fan. The moveset's pretty boring, not a whole lot of diversity there. The skill, Shadow Sunflower Headbutt, the weapon itself can put out a lot of damage, certainly, but everything's just very slow and the attack range is fairly limited. Like the wind up to get that attack off just takes forever. So actually getting, particularly in PvP, like you really have to have everything timed perfectly for the attack to get off. If you do get the attack off and you hit them with it, it does a lot of damage. It's just kind of hard to do. And then trying to use that skill in PvE when you're in the middle of a fight, again, just because that it's just so long to get that attack off. So, I mean, overall, I think there's better. If you're looking for like a really good weapon, I think there's better options out there. But again, it's a nice little change of pace, particularly the look of it. So if you like that aspect of it, certainly a fun weapon to use. So hopefully this helped you decide if this is something you want to invest your time in. Thanks for watching, and we will catch you later. Bye.